Hello, Raw Food Rehab. It's Monday, April the 5th, and I didn't get all vamped out for you today because I'm in full-blown gardening mode here at the Casa de Shelton. And, I mean, spring is just, well, it's just vibrating with life out there, and I have spring fever, so I'm out working in my garden. I'm putting in herbs and strawberries and flowers, and I'm trying to whip this place into shape a little bit. So, and I was out there getting ready to get started, and I'm like, I've got to make a video. Did you know that we only have a little over 4 days left before we start our 11-week Total Health and Weight Loss Initiative? My goal this week is to really help work with you on getting a solid and doable game plan mapped out for yourself. You know, we've all been there and done this deal where we're like, okay, I am going to do this new diet. Like, I mean, I totally did it with the South Beach and the Atkins and the Dolly Parton cabbage soup diet and all these different diets where I had the best intentions, and you know how it goes. Or with a gym membership. You know, we've all joined the gym and we have great intentions of doing it. Well, our intentions don't make the weight fall off, and they don't seem to bring our bodies back into vibrant health. Intentions are awesome, but unless we put those intentions into actual action in a game plan, we are not going to realize our goals that we have, and you've got them. I mean, I've been reading in that thread where you all are signing up for the 11-week initiative, and you're sharing, some of you were sharing what your goals are for the upcoming 11 weeks, and I'm fired up. I mean, I'm looking at your goals and I'm like, I didn't think of that one. I'm adding stuff to my list. And so it's real simple. We make it so complex. It is so simple. People are writing to me and they're like, I need to know what to eat for the next 11 weeks. You guys, I'm not going to tell you what to eat. I'm not going to say, wake up and eat a banana, then go do this and go do that. I'm not going to tell you that, because you have to learn to feed yourself. You have to learn what your palate likes and what tastes good to you. I mean, what tastes good to you and what tastes good to me may be two different things. I mean, I've got all kinds of resources that I have and am going to share with you. Recipes, ideas. But when it comes right down to it, you've got to make this happen for yourself. I cannot do it for you. So, I mean, what is the ideal thing? The ideal thing is different from one person to the next. But I always say, if you can keep your diet around 80% raw and living foods. I mean, I'm talking about cutting open an avocado and sprinkling a little bit of Celtic sea salt on that, and eating it just plain. I mean, cutting open a juicy, ripe red bell pepper, and maybe you've made some nut pate or a homemade hummus or something, and you're going to take that red bell pepper and dip it into that, and that may be a meal for you. You're going to be surprised how filling real food that has fiber and life and enzymes, it doesn't take this big mega supersize me platter to fill you up. And it's also not going to slow you down, which this is all about, releasing that heavy lifestyle. You know, are you just tired of dragging it around? I am sick of lethargy. You know, it's one of the reasons I went raw, because I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome back in my 20s. And I'm telling you, when I do the raw food diet and I really stick with it, I have vibrant energy. I'm able to do things that I couldn't do if I weren't eating this lighter diet. So you've got to get an arsenal of about 20 recipes that you love. And I just wanted to share with you how I keep mine. I have a binder. It's a 3-ring binder. And I put all kinds of stuff in this. I've got recipes from classes that I've taken. I've got clippings from the newspaper. There's my mug. I was in the Tulsa World when I first went raw. And I've got recipes that I've cut off of out of the internet. I've printed them. I didn't cut them off of the internet. I printed them. Things that I found in magazines that I've cut out. I've got 3x5 note cards that I've written things down on. When I find a recipe that I really like, I make it and I love it, I make sure I hang on to that recipe and I put it in my 3-ring binder. I have tabs, so it's like juices, smoothies, breakfast, entrees, blah, blah, you know, all the different categories that you would have in a regular recipe book. This has probably been my very best thing that I have had that has been, I mean, I've about worn this out, this poor binder. I'm going to have to probably get a second one because I think that's about as full as it's going to get, but it is chock full of recipes that I love. And I've been doing this for 5 years, so, you know, it takes a while to get these recipes. I also, if you're new to this website, we have a discussion that was started months ago in the Culinary Center, and the title of it is Core Menu, and one of our members, Terry, just basically came on one day and she's like, what do you guys eat? What's your go-to recipes? And so a whole bunch of us chimed in the comments and we shared what we ate in a day. If you haven't checked that out, I want you to read it, at least scan it from start to finish. If you're not sure what to eat, let us tell you what we're eating, and you're going to get some great ideas of things that are going to work for you. So once you've got some go-to recipes written down of what you're going to, or printed off, however you want to do it, then you can formulate your grocery list of what you're going to go to the store and buy. I mean, these are just real elementary basic things, but you guys have 4 days left after today, 4 days left to make this happen. I want to see you all go into this initiative and just be on fire. I mean, I want by the time that the end of June arrives, I want us to all be doing the happy dance, high-fiving each other. Okay, so that's just my 2 cents for the day. The other thing I wanted to tell you is at the beginning of the last 11-week initiative, I had created an ebook called New Year's Raw Solutions. And it was a book, and it is basically it's a goal-setting, vision-creating, raw food recipe ebook that's going to help you on your journey. If you will download it, it's only $5. All the proceeds of that go to help support this website to keep it up and running. But for $5, you're going to get how to set your goals, how to do a vision board, how to work on your stinking thinking, if you have stinking thinking, which we all do on certain days. And you're going to get 45 of my recipes, which if you've already ordered New Year's Raw Solutions for $5 back when, I mean, you basically have the essence of the book. I have just re-edited it for this initiative, and I've added 10 brand new recipes to the book. There are some of the recipes that I've done on Foodie Friday and some other things that I do around the house. But for $5, it is a handbook that you can use going into this next initiative that might be really helpful for you. So that's just an option. So those are the 2 things that I wanted to share with you today. I'm really open to hearing what your suggestions are. Some of you who've been really successful in the past, help our newer members. Help coach and guide them. Help me, because, you know, we've got a bunch of people here now, and I want your input. New members want your input. I'd love to hear from you today. What are you going to do? How are you planning for this next 11-week initiative? I'm going to be back tomorrow with more ways to help you get organized, to help you get your thoughts collected so that you can make this next 11 weeks your best ever. I love you guys, and I'll see you then.